Hello, third grade. Welcome to another video. In today's tutorial, we are going to be talking about how to create a text box as well as retrieve a deleted item. We're going to do this both in slides and Google Docs just because the process for making a text box is a little bit different. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with Google Slides. So why would I need to make a text box? You can make a text box to in slides to insert any writing. So if you need to make any information known to your audience, a reader, anybody, you need to use a text box to insert your writing. In Google Docs, you might want to use a text box to if you're working on a certain page design, it would be really helpful to use it then. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to teach you how to make a text box, whether you accidentally deleted one or you would like to create a slide from scratch. And so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to start by looking at my toolbar. Up here is my toolbar, and these are going to be all the tools I'm going to need in order to be successful or to complete my assignments. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to see that this yellow highlighted box, this is my cursor. So you see it looks exactly the same. My little cursor, it's an arrow, it looks exactly like this. If I go right next to it, there's going to be a box with a T. And that box with a T is our text box tool. And you're going to see that it also says text box down at the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and click it. Now what happens is my cursor changed from that little hand to a plus sign. So I'm going to take my plus sign and I'm going to click on my slide and drag it. And then you'll see that a rectangle starts to form. This rectangle is going to be our text box. And so now I have my text box, and now it's time for me to write my message, my information that I'm giving the audience. And so I'm going to go ahead and write, this is how you make a text box. And I maybe want to put that in the middle, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to come over to this tool where it looks like some writing, and it's on the left. It's called Align. And I want to put it in the middle. This is completely optional. You do not have to do. This is just something that I want to do. If I want to change the size of my text box, I can make it a little bit shorter. I can make it longer. I can make it wider. I can make it skinnier. It's completely up to you on how you design your text box, just as long as it makes it easy to read for your audience. Right? Because that's most important when you're trying to make a message. You want your audience to be able to read it. And now you can see I can move around my text box. And you're going to notice that some red lines pop up. These red lines are to help you kind of find that middle area or to line up your text boxes as best as possible. So now I know I'm in the middle of the page, but I want it to be directly in the center. And you're going to tell that it's directly in the center because a red plus sign pops up. And there you go, my text box in the center. Now say I want to make my text box really pop out. If I'm still on my text box and it's still highlighted, you'll know it's highlighted because it's blue. If I click over here, it disappears. Come back over here, it's blue. I can see that up in my tools, up here, my tool menu, that there are some options. And right here is an option for fill color. It looks like a paint can. If I go ahead and click on that, I can choose any color that I like, and I can make that the background of my text box. And so now my background of my text box is this yellow color, and now it helps kind of make my message pop, and so the reader can really see it. So yeah, that's going to be how we make a text box in slides. Now say I accidentally delete this. I'm like, oh my goodness, start to freak out. I don't know what happened. How do I get that back? I worked so hard. Don't worry about it. If you stay in your window, do not close it. Do not close it. Do not press this red button. Do not close your tab up here. Just come up to your tool menu. And if I come all the way over here, I will see that there's two little arrows. Here's my printer. I'm going to see that there's two little arrows. There's a redo option and there's an undo option. I'm going to select the undo option. And if I select the undo option, my text box returns. And it's as simple as that. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make a text box in Google Docs. So now I'm on a Google document. I'm going to insert a text box. So I need to come up to this toolbox area. So here are my tools, my little toolbox menu. I'm going to come up to here to all the different options that it gives me. So we have our file, our edit, our view. We're going to select insert. If I select insert, I'm going to come down to where it says drawing. And if I click on drawing, it's going to give me the option for a new drawing. Select new. Then you're going to see those tools that we had in slide here. And so again, I'm going to have my cursor, which is already highlighted. There's an option to draw lines, shapes. I'm going to go ahead and select the box with the T because I know that is my text box. And then my little plus sign is going to pop up again. I'm going to click and drag, and you're going to see that that rectangle shows up again. And now I'm going to fill in my message. This is how you make a text box. And after doing that, I'm going to highlight it because I want to put it in the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and select more. I'm going to move. Remember, this is my align tool. If I want it on the left, it's already there. If I want it on the right, it will go there. If I want it in the center, I'm going to click it right here. Then I'm going to go ahead, and if I deselect my text box, we see that the box itself disappears. But if I move my cursor around, here it is as an arrow, and it turns into a plus sign with arrows, I'm going to go ahead and click it. So that way I know I'm selecting my text box. I'm going to resize my text box. And now I want to change the color of it. So I'm going to come over to my paint can, and I'm going to give it this pretty blue color. And now this is what's really, really important. I cannot just close out of this because then it will just disappear. I need to come up to this blue button where it says save and close. If I do not select this button, it will disappear and I'll have to start over. So click save and close. And now I have my toolbox, or I have my text box. And you'll notice that I can't really move it around like I was in slides. And so what happens is you're going to see these options: edit, inline, wrap text, and break text. I'm going to select wrap text. If I select wrap text, it allows me to move the text box where I would like it. So maybe I want it right here. Maybe I want it up at the top in the middle, and you see that it gives me kind of a nice guideline. So, I know it's right in the middle, and I know that this is where my margin ends. So I'm going to go ahead and put it right there. And then that's going to be how I make a text box in Google Doc. Now say I delete it. It disappears. Oh my goodness, again, I worked so hard on that. I come up to my toolbox menu. I look and I see, oh, yep, there's a printer. And oh, there we go. There's my redo button and my undo button. I'm going to select undo. And when I select undo, it comes back up. And so this is going to be the end of your tutorial for today. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. And yeah, have a great rest of your day, D1. Bye!